Okay, go ahead, Jan.
I distribute to all of you what we're looking for to amend the Board of Finance proposed budget that we made on the 14th. And it is, after I spoke to our legal counsel, they would prefer not to have the funds taken directly out of the self-insured fund, but to have those funds transferred over as revenue and offset these expenses for the health insurance. So our recommendation is to increase both the town and the Board of Ed, the amount that we have reduced them for that health insurance. So you will see those expenses increase, but on the revenue side, which is the last page I gave you, will show the transfer in, the new transfer in of the funds to cover those.
Make a motion to amend our, what?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Make a motion to amend our Board of Finance minutes that propose to take $350,231 from medical insurance.
And it was also in here, I just wanted to mention, we had talked at the beginning of the meeting and approved, putting in the budget, the Middlesex Hospital for paramedics, the money for $13,129. I originally had that in the fire departments. When we went to the fire department, they said no, they didn't want it in there. And then we never added it where it needed to be, which is other general government. So that's also part of it.
So we're putting that, I know I'm in the middle of the motion, $350,231 to the general fund with regards to the health and life, 141,750, and other general government, Middlesex Hospital paramedics, $13,129, and Board of Education operating $195,352.
Can you read that back, Mary?
No, because the motion, the motion was.
Let's take one motion at a time.
Yes. The
There's a
Board of,
motion on the floor right now to rescind the motions made on the March 14th meeting date.
okay, because just to clarify, she's saying to rescind, but the motion that was made for the Board of Education was just that amount. We can't make a motion to tell them to take those funds from that. It was just to accept the Board of Ed budget for that amount with the recommendation that it was going to do that, but we didn't make a motion.
So no action was taken.
We
So
just
no
reduced
rescission
it.
was required.
It was just reduced.
We just reduced.
Correct.
Okay, so it's, as it stands now, it is correct. The budget for the Board of Ed.
No, I'm just saying that she's making a motion to rescind the motion, the minutes from the 14th, but the minutes don't say that in the 14th.
Okay, and we've accepted those minutes. Okay, so
All we have to do is approve the amount.
It's supposed to be a new
It
motion.
doesn't have anything to do with the minutes.
Correct. It
Right,
should
we
just
have
be
to
a new
make a
A
motion.
new motion.
Absolutely.
motion.
Do you want a motion for two different amounts, 195?
It's three amounts.
You want three different motions?
Start with the
I would.
15
Yes.
then.
Three
Yes.
separate motions.
Three motions.
You want to continue with the motion?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, the board will make a motion to add to a line item, general government administration, $141,750.
Thank you.
We'll, a motion number two.
Who, I'm sorry, who seconded that?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
I guess I'd like to know why the attorney thinks this is a better, I don't get the, I mean, it's the same, at the end of the day, it's going to have the same effect on the bottom line for taxes, right?
He believes it's cleaner.
It's cleaner and it makes what the taxpayer is paying for clear. All right, that's the budget, that's what he's paying for. Later on, we can address, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's transparent. So, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, second motion.
Second motion is to add back to our other general government line item, $13,129 for the Middlesex Hospital paramedics for 1 year.
Any discussion?
Just a question on that, we're creating, we're going to create,
Yeah.
so we're taking it, but we already
It wasn't in there, you put it in the budget.
You approved to put it in.
We did have to put it in this section of
We
the.
put it in the fire department.
Now we're putting it in other general government.
Okay. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Third motion.
Third motion is to add back to the Board of Education's operating budget $195,352.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, what does this do to our meeting that night and our decisions? Do we have to revote?
It basically will cancel that.
So that's my question. What does this do?
It's nothing.
It's still flat, it's just transparent, that's what we're talking about.
It creates budgets that are transparent.
Thank you.
And then Jack wants to show the actual increases, and that I agree with him, so.
We all do.
Well, I don't, I'm not seated, but I mean, recognize that the minimum budget requirement is going to go up by this amount because you're bringing it back in. And, I mean, I don't think it makes much difference on the town side.
The minimum budget requirement is determined by the State Department of Education. It was determined to be $30,900,000, and this is not going to change it one iota.
It will next year, because the next year's minimum budget requirement is based upon the operating budget.
Well, we may also be down 100 students next year. We don't know.
Right, but the thing is you can't, I mean, this is, you had enrollments drop, I don't know how many years it's been dropping, and we've never, ever reduced the budget year over year. This would reduce the year-over-year budget $41,000. I mean, you know, and if you need the money, there's a way you're going to get it out of this reserve fund.
Well, this is the way the attorney and most of us agree it should be done.
You know, I don't vote anyway, but I just want to say I object to it.
Okay, noted.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, that's done now.
Now, I make another motion to move from the self-insured dental fund to the general fund $989,686.14, which will leave in that account $100,000 that we have directed towards our OPED obligation.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion now. Actually, I think it's a good idea, leave the 100,000 if you promise the other bullets. And I do think it's a good idea. Any other discussion on that?
Just on, this is the fund, how long has it been there?
They started the self-insurance program in 2000.
So it's just a matter of, we
They've
didn't,
been using it, we were self-insured for dental. And then we shifted over to go in.
which is 2 years ago, correct? So we really should have done this last year,
We
right?
could have, we talked about it last year.
When we talked about it last year.
We
It's just
were
like-
here, so.
I was just curious as to the reason why.
Well, it actually hasn't sat there 2 years, we got it as on offerings go through, so it's sat there.
So it stayed there for the okay.
And just for clarification, are we talking about transferring this in as part of the revenue for the 2016?
Next motion.
Mira, you got that? Can you read that motion back?
This last one
Yeah.
was a motion to move from self-insurance dental fund to general government, did you say? Yep, 189,686.14.
It's a general fund, through the
General fund.
Yeah.
Okay. 989,686.14 with
Correct.
100,000 left towards the OPEB.
Yes. She got it.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye. The next motion is to move from the general fund $989,686.14 to the revenue line item for the proposed budget for 16-17.
You have a second?
I need to understand.
I think I understand, but my concern is that this is money that was accumulated for health benefits, and that, now it's going to the general fund.
Yeah,
I always felt that, when we're able to save money and to do something like that, now it goes in the general fund, so obviously that all goes to reduce, taxes, is what that does.
Yes.
My feeling are sometimes if there was a look at something, I was looking for more creative kinds of things to save money in longer run on healthcare. I wish we could have seen maybe some idea of looking at that, wellness programs, things of that nature, which I believe would have been a responsible way to direct those monies. So that's the concern that I have about the budget.
To reflect upon your comments, the creation of the Eastern Connecticut Health and Medical Cooperative addressed many of your concerns as far as reducing costs. It effectively kept costs at a flat rate for the last several years. This year it's bouncing by 10.5%, but if we were not in the cooperative, my understanding is it would be bouncing by between 18 and 20%. And in addition to that, we haven't used these funds, or had need to use these funds since January of 2014. We've been paying for our self-insurance to the Eastern Connecticut Health and Medical Cooperative. So these funds have been sitting idly by. They were the taxpayers' money to begin with, if not used, and we're just moving it so that it can be established that it could be used for other items or just in general in this case, to reduce taxes, or to be used for the $350,000 of medical expenses that we took out. Does that fairly answer your question?
Yeah, you have a question?
Yeah, again, the only concern I have is that if there was, we're going to hit times where our healthcare will go up, even in the co-op, my guess is in that.
We're going to have good years and bad years,
I
that's right.
understand. So it would be nice to have, especially if this was healthcare dollars, there were savings on healthcare dollars. That's my only concern. And what you're saying is a lot of this, of what I'd like in programs,
Right, including wellness programs.
is already in this
Right.
good program.
Yeah.
Has your motion been seconded? I'm sorry, Chairman.
The motion's been seconded, we're just in discussion. You got your question on.
No, I just wanted to know the motion.
Okay. The second is idea,
And this is going to show up as budget, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, revenue.
revenue.
But we'll have that revenue one year and the following year. That revenue.
It'll attack us next year, correct. Can you read the motion and we'll vote on it?
Motion to move from general fund 189,686.14 to revenue line item for proposed budget 1617.
989.
686.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Passes